Well, welcome back to the game. We're continuing Mission 1, Emergence. It's now time for Dom to take some actions in this game. Let's take a look at his order cards. Well, Dom, here still in the starting area, is in a great spot here to pick up this dropped assault rifle, and I think I want him to do that. I also think I found a great order card for him to use. Following our procedures here, the first thing we would normally do is heal, but Dom is at full health. He didn't take any damage, even though a drone did try to shoot him during Marcus Phoenix's turn. So he's at full health, so we're going right down to the order step. I know what I want him to do. We're going to use Explore. Explore lets you move up to 4 areas. And it says, with a bit of important text down here, you do not need to discard a card from your hand to pick up a dropped weapon or activate your area's equipment this turn. Since this order card, we see this first bullet point, we're going to need to do this action first. This part is not indicated by a bullet point, therefore it's kind of active throughout his turn. Our main action is moving, but he can start here by picking up that assault rifle and adding that to his collection and picking up 2 ammo for it. So let's do that. We're going to remove this from the board and let's get the Hammerburst weapon card. Well, here is the Hammerburst. It's a little different from the Lancer. It's got more range. These attack statistics are the same. However, if you roll an omen with this Hammerburst, it says, if the target is not in your area, deal 2 wounds. And that's a limit of once per attack. So even if you roll 2 omens, this is only going to activate 1 time. But Dom gets to take this and 2 ammo tokens with it. But let's take a look at picking up some dropped weapon markers. Well, let's cover some of this information on page 20 about dropped weapon markers. It says when your cog figure is in the same space as a wound marker that displays a dropped weapon, you can pick it up immediately before or after resolving an action from his order card. To do so, you usually discard an order card from your hand, and that allows you to pick up the weapon. However, due to Dom's order card, he didn't have to do that. When you pick up a weapon, you add it to your inventory and you usually get 2 ammo for it. Let's say later on Dom is using this weapon or carrying it around with him, and a drone drops the same thing a little bit later or farther down the map. What happens? In that instance, he just gets more ammo. So instead of picking up an entirely new rifle, he gets 2 more ammo tokens for the rifle that he's already carrying. Here's an important restriction to keep in mind. Each player is limited to 1 bolo grenade card and 3 other weapon cards in their inventory. So you can add more grenade tokens, that's fine, but you're really allowed to carry 4 weapon cards, 1 grenade and 3 other weapon cards in your inventory. And if you want to drop one, you can. It says you can discard a weapon card excluding the bolo grenades at any time. The discarded weapon cards are returned to the game box. So you just toss it and you're not going to get it back. It's gone. So before we make our move to move up to 4 areas, we're going to add this weapon to our inventory. But I want to show you something with Dom. Dom has a special ability. It says that he may move up to 1 additional area when you resolve an order card at any point before or after an action on the card. So normally with Explore you would move 4 areas. Dom could actually make a move of 5. He's just quick on his feet and can scurry around quite well. So we're going to let him kind of shoot down the map a bit. So here's Dom going to come out of cover and move 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to squeeze out that extra movement and move that 5th space right here and pull in to this cover position. And now, sandwiched between 2 boomers, we're going to hope and pray that we don't get a boomer activation card for the Locust this turn. Well, what about poor Marcus? He's not going to be able to keep up. He's all the way back in the starting area. Well, there's actually something he can do, and it's called a reaction ability. On your player turn card, if you flip it over, you'll see reaction abilities. If you have an order card in your hand that has one of these symbols on it, and I think they all do, it allows you to carry out one of these different actions. Right now what we're going to look at is this one, follow. You can discard the order card with this symbol in the upper corner. And when you do that, when a cog moves out of your space, it allows you to move your figure with him. So Marcus is going to follow Dom. I took a look at Marcus's cards, and he does indeed have some cards with this follow reaction ability. So I'm going to pick one, and we're going to discard it right now. So by discarding this follow card, just putting it in the discard pile, we just disregard anything down here. This is what we're looking for. Since Dom left Marcus's area, Marcus can follow, and we're going to put him right there with his buddy. The only disadvantage here is that Marcus has no cover. Well, you may be wondering, how could the cogs run right through this area with the enemy standing right there? Don't they get some sort of free attack, or don't they block the movement? Actually, no. You're quite free to move around the map. You'll find the AI cards challenging enough. So if I happen to draw a boomer AI, you'll see what I'm talking about. So, speaking of that, it's time to move down to the next step. And that is the Locust activation step. The active player draws the top card, and we resolve it. Okay, here goes the Locust activation card. Wretch. George will be happy. We don't have any wretches on the board, so we'll probably be able to skip right down here. It says if no wretches are in play, draw a new AI card. What do you mean foul play? I mean, it's right there. It says if no wretches are in play, you draw a new AI card. I know you got excited. You thought your boys could head out on the field and get some game time, but not yet. You just got to be patient, buddy. I'm sure you'll get in the game here real soon. Just hang on. Well, we have to draw a new AI card. I'm quite nervous here. Drones. I guess that's better than boomers. What do we have to do? If one or more drone in play. This is for the group. So let's see what they all are going to do. Move each drone 2 areas toward the nearest cog figure. Each drone then attacks a cog figure within 2 range. Well, obviously this drone is like, wait a minute, where are you guys going? And he moves 1 space, 2 space, and makes this a very crowded spot. And right there, he's going to get an attack. You notice that Dom is in the cover spot, but this drone is in his area. It doesn't matter. If they're in the same area as you are, cover doesn't count. They're too close. It's point blank range. Well, now is a great chance to learn a little bit more about these reaction abilities. Guard. Discard this card before a Locust figure moves, or attacks to perform one attack against it. So we're not actually discarding this card. You're discarding a card that you have that has this symbol on it. Let me take a look at both of my guys and see who I want to do this. Well, Dom had quite a few of these in his hand, so I'm going to let him discard this teamwork card. It has the guard icon there. And remember, Dom has a shotgun, which is great for up-close attacks. So, guarding, this is on page 24. A player may discard a card with this icon at any time during the Locust activation step to attack one enemy immediately before it moves or attacks. He may even interrupt a Locust's movement. For example, attack the figure after it moves out of cover, but before it moves toward him. Alright, he can't do this against a Locust that's not moving or attacking. There is an important bit of text here in red. This is something that I missed in my first playthrough, and I've seen some other people miss. You cannot guard with a grenade. You have to use one of your other weapons. You can even use the chainsaw, which is fine to use. But you've got to have the card that you can discard with the icon on it, and you can use pretty much anything except a grenade. There is another important point here, that players are collectively, as a team, limited to using one guard reaction ability for each Locust activation step. So once we guard here, we can't do it again. But since this is the closest drone, I think this is a great chance to do it. So let's let Dom fire his weapon here, his shotgun. Well, the drone here has no cover, gets one red dice. And we're going to do an overkill attack and spend an ammo token. This goes back into the pool. We're going to spend that ammo token to roll 4 dice. Let's put this in the cup and give it a roll. Dom is shooting just before the drone has his chance to shoot. Okay. Well, he's got 2 shields, which is a great defense roll. We've got 3 wound markers and an omen. What is the shotgun's omen? It says double the amount of wounds on all other attack dice. That's great. We did 1, 2, 3. That's going to double it to 6. The shotgun is nasty. 6 damage. Canceling 2 points of those damage is going to be 4. And that is greater than 3. So he just blew that drone in half. So nice guard action there with Dom. Shooting down the drone as he came close. We need to take another fresh wound marker and turn it over. And we see just kind of an X there. Scratches on the back. Nothing of value was dropped. So we'll put this marker over along with the one that had the assault rifle on it. We'll put that in the discard pile. Well, as you can see, these reaction abilities are pretty neat. Let's keep pushing forward because we're still not done. We've got another drone on the board. So what does he do? He's going to move 2 areas toward the nearest cog figure. And he's going to attack if the cog figure is within 2 range. Well, over here is our drone. And he's going to move out of cover and move 1 space here. And he's going to move 1 more space forward. No cover for him where he's standing. But is he within 2 range of our fellas? Does he have a shot? Well, we're going to be measuring from this doorway here. This is a black line, so that is a wall. He's coming from the doorway. And according to how he would move, 1 space, 2 spaces, they are actually 3 spaces away, just out of range according to the AI of the card, within 2 range. They're just out of range. We'll double check that. We got a black line here, so that one can't count. It's got to go this way. This is space 1. This would be space 2. Because remember, we can ignore this for movement. 1, 2, 3. They're just out of range. So we got lucky there. That's going to bring this round to an end. The locusts are finished activating for the turn. No new AI cards will be drawn. And we're going to go back to Marcus next.